I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lisa, and this is what happens before Boca.
Hey, Lise.
Hey, Michelle.
Welcome to episode 11, Microdosing Happiness. You will not be getting skinny from this episode, but you might be getting a little happier.
You will not reverse aging, but you will be getting happier.
And first, we have to start off by saying today we are recording on your freaking birthday. How cool is that?
It's so fun.
26?
It makes me happy.
Turning 26?
26. I decided I'm counting backwards, not because I have a problem with aging. It's just like, why do we have to pick a number?
I know.
It's just how you feel.
Yeah. How do you feel? What's your feel birthday?
I feel like 45.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Happy 45th.
Thank you. And what about the new addition to our studio? If you're listening, we have a new Before Boca. I guess they call it like it's almost like a fathead sticker.
Yeah. Well, we've replaced Jackie with.
Yeah, Jackie's been replaced.
Even though we love her, she's been replaced.
Beautiful.
We got some birthday flowers today. Her upstairs looks like a florist. Are you like a birthday person? Like you like your birthday?
I like my birthday.
Yeah, you like the celebrations. Yeah.
Usually I come down, in all the years, this is the first time since I think Zach was born that I didn't come down to a decorated kitchen. And I asked my husband why he didn't do it. And he said, well, I didn't want to ruin the new kitchen. But I think he actually just fell asleep early.
A little bit of laziness, Gary.
If Zach was here, he would not tolerate that. He's very into the...
Yeah.
And he sent me flowers, my baby.
All the way from Spain. That was so thoughtful.
And he wrote it in part in Spanish.
I think that's very impressive.
Yeah, really
Good
cute.
job, Zachy.
Anyway, birthdays.
Birthdays are good. We have to celebrate the milestones. So how was the rest of the week? What's going on?
I feel like it was like a weird week. It was, it felt like a very quick week.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a little bit of a lot of heavy stuff this week, which I'm thankful for our episode because it balanced that heaviness.
Yeah.
The boys went on some college visits and Survivor 50th anniversary started.
I'm not a Survivor person. Don't even get me started. Love is Blind was bad enough.
Oh my God. You have to watch no, I don't know if you'll appreciate it as much. So I've watched it for 25 years. People get confused, but it's taped twice a year. So I have not watched it for 50 years. I've watched it for 25.
Yeah.
And this season they brought like all the rock stars back that people love from previous seasons.
I don't care.
And the fans, I'm going to keep talking about it until you care. And the fans decided like what the rules would be this season instead of the producers.
Don't care.
Okay.
Don't even start.
All right.
Did you watch the season finale? Not the reunion, obviously. It's not out. It'll be out when this airs. It'll be out that night. But did you watch the season finale of Love is Blind?
What do you think? Yeah.
I feel so, what's the right word? Like,
there's no right word for this show.
It's like I'm equal parts like happy it's over, sad it's over, disappointed. I felt like I could have wrote these endings. I feel like there was only one couple that was possibly going to have to be any sort of success story. And the truth is, it doesn't speak well for men.
No, not at all.
And like as mom boys, I just feel like do better.
Teach your boys. I pretty much picked like every...
Not mom boys, boy moms.
Boy moms. I think I picked all of them except for the woman with the child. I didn't think that they were going to get, well, spoiler alert, turn off or mute. Yeah. I didn't think that they were going to get married. But once I saw the daughter there, I was like, oh, they're definitely getting married. Right. But then, of course, the rumors, as you said earlier.
There's some rumors that lots of things fell apart before the reunion. All right. Oh, and one part that really annoyed me was Devontae, and what was his girl's name?
Yeah, I forgot her name.
So they decide, okay, if you haven't watched yet, you're just late, and I'm sorry. But they decide not to get married, but they're going to stay together. And she's sitting there like kept being like, but we're together. And then like they're showing a side of him like, I don't know. She brought the dress before the show even happened. I thought that was weird. It's like the whole thing was
just so fast out that door.
He was like, get me
never
out of
into
here.
it.
No, he seemed not into her from the beginning.
Memes are my favorite part. Do you call everything a meme or a reel or whatever?
There are really good reels about it.
There's really good ones. And I think you said today, like just when you want to turn off like
the internet,
it's hysterical.
There are some really very funny people
Really funny.
on the interweb. Like, they come up with such clever things. Like, one of them was like showing Devante getting into his like old Honda,
Right.
and it was saying like he's asking for a prenup. Come on,
Right.
And it was just like so niche and so clever and so like particular.
Yep.
And I just love those moments.
We'll post it, but check out the meme of what's Alex's fiance's name, the blonde with the father.
oh,
the
God.
father is like
Hated him from
is that
the start.
Homer Simpson?
Yeah, not Homer. It was someone like the principal or something.
The principal or something from The Simpsons, and it was like the father. And then you look at the father and you're like, oh my God, that is so spot on.
Yeah.
People are really creative.
They're very creative. And then I think this is why we like TikTok or Reels. It's because like when they hit that mark and it's like so specific to something you would have thought of.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, like someone else gets it.
Yeah.
That
and it
validation.
makes you smile. It makes
I
you
know.
happy.
I know.
So what else? How was your week?
I think my week was pretty good. Hockey wrapped up. We had a sad loss, and that ended our Highland season, and travel hockey wrapped up. And it's always a mixed bag of sad feelings that it's over, but like a lot of relief that it's over.
Yeah, you've had a lot of hockey.
Yeah, a lot of hockey. So that's done.
I tried to get her to come with me Monday night to the hockey finals so we could watch Sammy Sharon play for Ridgewood.
I am rooting for Ridgewood, but I got to draw a line
I can understand it.
I got to draw a line.
I could understand. Anyway, so
I did hear one other funny thing on Reels this morning, and this guy was talking about going 90s, where like you spend one morning without your technology. Like you leave your phone at home, you do whatever. And I really liked that. My algorithm this week was very heavy on 80s and 90s.
Yes,
I don't know
mine
why.
too.
I was just like stuck in it. I think because it does make me so happy, and that's what we're talking about. Just like the pegged pants, just like all the funny 90s references. Like it actually brought me a lot of joy this week.
did I send you that? Maybe I posted it, or if I didn't, I will. Did I send you like Uma Thurman is on the runway, and, you know, unfortunately we're in conflict with Iran, and there was like a list of things, and we were like, at the end of the slide, it said, are we back in the late 80s, early 90s? It almost feels like the world has
like
circled back.
Oh my God. I know.
So when we decided to make this podcast, we wanted to focus on one specific slice of life, which is turning the page to a new chapter and how to embrace it and make the most of it. But we're definitely not immune to the fact that not all is rosy. In the world, we have conflict, we have ugliness, and not everything is love is blind and punch the monkey. There are really some heavy things going on around us that influence our moods and our happiness at any given point. Some of us are going through hard moments. Some of us are bearing witness to the hardship in the world. Like there's just a lot of heaviness right now. The moon is in retrograde. Sometimes it just feels like it's hard to find joy. And it's not like a breezy romance novel all the time, or it's like real life.
Yeah.
It's trying to read the menu and you can't see in a restaurant sometimes.
Yes.
So it's the transition that's both exciting and terrifying. And this week's episode sort of like links those two ideas together and tries to find
the moments. You know, I think in thinking about how this episode specifically translates to this time of life, we had a very specific mission. Like, how do we take any old Tuesday in March when it's rainy and gross and whatever, and not particularly joy inspiring, if I can get the words out, and how do we infuse it with just moments of joy, right? We know that like joy and happiness are like any other emotion. And I deal with this a lot with my patients because they're always like, I just want to be happier. I just want to be happier. And, you know, what I say to them is happiness is just like any other emotion. It's fleeting. We go through a million different emotions every day. We're happy. We're sad. We're frustrated. We're angry. I mean, right before we went live, we had a very frustrating moment on Lisa's birthday. We had a technical difficulty. And, you know, our mood went from so excited to start filming. We had a great birthday brunch to like, we wanted to like strangle someone. So, you know, your mood is constantly changing. And so joy, just like every other mood, is fleeting. But was there a way, and this was kind of our experiment, to be intentional about it, to, you know, kind of impose that one feeling, not impose it, but like be intentional about that one feeling.
Yeah. I think it's sort of the difference between getting through the day and actually like attending your own life. And I think that as adults, we realize that joy and happiness doesn't always find their way into our day-to-day
Right.
life.
Like we're always like making joy and happiness. Like when our kids are little, like let's take them to the park. Let's take them for Dairy Queen. Let's take them.
Moment.
Right. Like we're trying to give them all these happy moments, but we don't do that for ourselves as adults.
Right. And I think in this time of our life, we sort of have to plan our day, set our intentions, set our goals, and think about what throughout the day is going to make you happy. It can't be like, just managing our parents' medication or, things that like feel like the sandwich generation these days.
Yeah.
You have to like really think about what is going to make me happy and how am I going to put those small moments into what are still busy weeks? And if we're intentional about it and we make those changes, we will feel happier. So create moments or opportunities that are there. We just have to pay closer attention to them.
Right. Like I was trying to figure out, do I have to radically change my schedule? Do I have to radically change what I'm doing every day? Or are these like slight tweaks in what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, who I'm interacting with that might make a very big difference? So that was kind of where we landed with this. Like, was it an intentional mindset shift that could just make things feel a lot more joyful and a lot happier in the moment? Or was it like this big change? And I feel like it was like I found like it was somewhere closer to more mindset shifts, but certainly some behavior changes had to happen.
And I really tried to like get to the down and dirty of it because I wanted to understand. And I think that there is a difference between having your calendar full and having like your heart full, your soul full. And so, but those things can coexist. Like you can have a full calendar and you can have those little moments where you feel like happiness.
Yeah. And I think too, like I always try to differentiate for my patients the difference between happiness and contentment, right? And in this episode, we're not talking about like your overall life contentment. Like I'm just happy with the whole package. I'm happy with, my marriage or my career or like just the way my life looks from afar. That to me is contentment. We were talking about micro moments, like small moments of joy throughout the day that if we took note of them, if we were intentional about them, did that influence just how we were feeling?
Yeah. Did it make you feel less anxious? Did it make you, smile? And I think that we realize that it's not really about those big moments of happiness. Like it's not the big things. It's usually the small things that make you feel happy.
I mean, I think that's how we ended up landing on the name microdosing.
Yes.
The happiness, because it's really like small little things you can do, small little tweaks you can make that we are hoping will make a big difference.
Yeah. So before we share our week with you, let's, of course, go through the research on happiness and see what the real science shows us and what leads a person to feel happier. And we will see how our feelings line up with that.
Yes.
So I love the science because it's confirming sort of what we were just saying, what we suspected all along, that like a 10-minute vent session with a friend is going to make you a lot happier than sometimes those big things that you try to plan. And it's actually medically necessary for our survival. So this week, Michelle's letting me do the science, which I'm really excited about. I hope I do it justice. I know I'm not you.
Stop.
Okay, so one of the most famous studies done on research was an 86-year-long study. Is that a longitudinal study? Do I remember that correctly from psychology? By Harvard, where they analyzed 724 participants from different backgrounds in 1938 and later included their children, studying them for decades. They collected data on their physical health, mental health, career, and personal relationships every 2 years. And the study, currently led by Dr. Robert Waldinger, continues to track the children of the original participants to understand how childhood affects adult happiness. And the study's most significant revelation is that good relationships are the #1 predictor of happiness and health. It found that social connection is as vital to long-term health as diet or exercise. And key findings suggest roughly 40% of happiness is within personal control, while 50% is genetic and 10% is based on circumstances.
Yeah. So I want to sort of focus on two of those things. One, This is why I don't really work out or eat healthy. 'Cause I have a lot of freaking good friends, and you are making up for my overall health and well-being. So thank you. So I can be lazy.
Okay. Happy to help.
Yeah. But I do think it was interesting that only 10% of our happiness was based on circumstances, because I feel like genuinely sometimes when things are really hard or heavy, someone you love is ill, you go through some sort of a breakup, a loss, you have a fight with a friend, like those circumstances to me feel like they're 80% of my happiness.
100%.
So I do the sort of like question that statistic, even though I've seen it a bunch of times, because for me, yes, I think genetically, like if you're somebody who sees glass half empty versus glass half full, you're going to have a different perspective. And if your mindset is more positive, I think you'll find happiness easier. But so the genetic piece I get, I just feel like the circumstantial piece feels like a little off for me.
That's interesting. I would agree.
Yeah.
I think that, if you think about what makes you happy in happy times and what makes you sad in sad times, it always seems to be related to some circumstantial evidence. Yeah. Interesting.
All right. So some other research we found was this idea of the affective dimension, which refers to the types of emotions people experience in daily life. Positive emotions like joy, enthusiasm, contentment, and negative ones like stress, worry, sadness, and frustration. This is distinct from the cognitive dimension, which is overall life satisfaction, which we were talking about. We're not talking about overall contentment with your life. We were talking about the affective dimension, just like the small things throughout the day. So we wanted to evaluate what we're doing each and every day that has an impact on the happiness and not our overall feeling. So here is what this research came up with. First, it said, happiness isn't a life problem. It's an hour problem. Research says momentary happiness is driven by what you're doing right now, not your entire life story. So if you're like, someone who's struggling and maybe you're unemployed or you're going through a divorce or whatever, like so much of your happiness is going to depend on, but what did I do today?
Right.
Like what did I do in this hour? Second was who you're with changes everything. Research findings that people report higher positive emotion when they're with people that they're close to, which is obviously what the other Harvard research really found. Like who you're with really matters. So if you're with a boss all day who you cannot stand, or with a partner that you can't stand, you're, or in a friend group you are not happy with, like your happiness is not going to be great. So a wandering mind is less happy. People are less happy when their minds are wandering, even during pleasant activities.
And I'm so glad that you pointed this out, because don't you find that when you're even in a happy activity, if your mind is somewhere else, you can't enjoy the moment.
No, you can't. So being present, being mindful, like we've been talking a lot about this, is important. Flow equals sneaky happiness. Moments feel best when you're slightly challenged, you're fully absorbed, and you lose track of time. So if you're like so into something, kind of the same as the other one, you're so present, but you're also challenging yourself. So if you're in a job that just feels like very routine and kind of like doesn't challenge you, you're going to be less happy. Micro joys add up. Small positive emotions build resilience over time. So like you're not chasing the big highs. You're starting with small moments, just like the sun felt good on my face, a good playlist, like something small like that.
It's so funny that you mentioned playlist, because I always ask our friend Jen Craft to share her playlists with me. And she always is like, what do you want for our birthday? And I don't want anything for my birthday. Just friendship, which sounds like so.
No, it's good.
I just want friendship, but it's really what I want. And this morning I woke up to, she made a playlist for me.
I love that.
And it literally made me smile.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right on, Jen. Right. So great. We're sort of saying it's not about the fireworks. It's about the small little flickers, right?
I don't know if this is a good time to bring this up, but I think I told you the other day, I had a conversation with my therapist about this episode, and we were talking about this time shall pass. So everybody seems to say that in times of hardship. And I thought about that a lot this week with some like heavy stuff that was going on. This too shall pass. But, Alana pointed out, and I looked it up, there's like, if you want something interesting to read, it's like actually in the Bible is where it stemmed from. It's also talking about the happy times. Like if you're in a happy moment, this too shall pass. So we have to really like sit with our happiness for a second and enjoy it and embrace it and realize like it's fleeting.
Yeah. Right. Because a not so happy moment could be right around the corner, just like a happy moment could be around the corner. Yeah. So definitely.
I liked that.
Nature is a mood drug, right? This is like, people report a much higher momentary moment of happiness when they are outside and
listening to the birds.
And there was 1 or 2 days this week where it was like above 50. And I noticed a complete mood shift. Even if I was doing the most mundane thing, I noticed just a happier moment. So
I agree.
Bring on the spring. Okay. Spending on others versus spending on ourselves. Pro-social behavior boosts positive affect more than self-focused spending. So giving back, certainly all of that kind of stuff. And even being generous with your friends and your loved ones.
Yeah. And it doesn't be like it has to be monetary. It's just a simple phone call or just like a, check-in makes people feel happy.
Yeah. So that is what the research is showing us. And now let's talk about what we actually found in our own research.
Okay, so here are the moments this week we're each going to tell you about that led us to feel happier and more joyful in the moment. We both kept a journal to help us map out what activities we did, and we can actually share some of the dopamine hits that we got, some of the smiles or some of the moments of awe. So let's try to summarize happiness, map the categories of your week. Michelle?
I'm going first?
You're going first.
Oh, no. Okay. I wasn't ready to go first.
I
I can go first. Okay. It's fine. Okay. So what I did was I tried to like break down like the categories of things, and we called this our happiness map, that actually made me like, I noticed these are the things that I did and this is the category they sort of fell in. So first for me was productivity. So like, sounds so dumb, but like I I can't even talk. I put this lip gloss on and it's making my lips stick together. It's very odd. Okay. I vacuumed my office. And this is not something I get around to quite often. Mm-hmm. I felt so good after. I was like, I feel so clean in here.
Maybe that's why your cough is better.
I know. Let's not jinx it. But yes. But doing productive things makes me happy. Like, I booked a trip. I felt productive. I even tried to like combine productive things that I don't like doing, like unpacking my groceries, with like listening to music in the kitchen while I was doing it.
It makes it so much better.
Right. So for me, definitely productivity, because I find like every day that I go to work and I see my patients is moments of happiness for me. Even if we're talking about heavy things, even if I know it's hard for them to talk and share, it's still, I feel moments of happiness just being present with them.
Yeah, I get that. And also you must feel some happiness about like how you're helping and see their reaction to like things that you talk
I would
about.
say that like work definitely. So productivity for me was number 1. Letting go for me was number 2. So that would be like singing in the car alone. Like I had some singing sessions. I would put on Air Supply and just like let it rip. I have a horrible, I have a horrible voice.
Without you.
Do you have a good voice?
No.
Oh, okay. I have a really bad voice. So like I will sit alone in the car and just like, even if I'm not driving, just like sitting in my driveway. I couldn't think of the word. And just like belt it out.
What's your favorite song from the 80s?
My favorite song. Like I do like singing Air Supply, like Making Love Out of Nothing at All is like a belt song.
A belt song, yeah.
I have like a few that are just like good. So that was one of them. I also think for letting go, that for me includes like relaxation. Like we went to a head spa in Ridgewood and we just like zoned out for an hour and had this like incredible head spa experience. I wouldn't say incredible. It was relaxing.
It was relaxing.
Let's call it that.
We don't want to.
Right. We don't want to oversell that. Like I ran in to get a 10-minute back massage in the middle of my work day one day. Like, so for me, really relaxing, letting go, but in the same respect of letting go, like I also love to like cheer really loud at my son's hockey game. Like I like to just like let loose and be like, I don't care who's watching. I'm going to be a crazy psycho hockey mom. So like that also felt good. My next category, which will be no surprise to those who know me well, was indulging. And that included a lot of unhealthy foods.
Good
like
for you.
Pastries. Like Lisa and I, before the head spa, went and had to get a pastry that was probably 10,000 calories in the middle of the day.
But it was yummy.
It was yummy. I gave myself a ton of chocolate. I tried a new iced coffee place on the day that it was really nice out. I went and got like a delicious iced coffee at that Bergen Roasters.
Oh, I love Bergen Roasters in Hohokus. If you're local, go to Bergen Roasters.
And I just loved like getting a new place that wasn't like my normal. So that was good. So like indulging. I would say my next category was laughing. I am a very big laugher. I like to laugh a lot.
Me too. If you guys are annoyed by my laugh, just send us a DM and I'll stop. And I can't help it though. I'm always
cares? Your laugh is good. I like it's like a chuckle. So I purposely chose to watch a lot of funny videos and tried to change my algorithm. Like that's why I had a lot of 80s dancers. Like
I love that.
I sent one of my friends who we like both love to dance, Sherry, if you're listening, and I sent her this video of this couple that was like dancing to these 80s songs like in their basement. And I'm like, these people are just like letting themselves totally let loose. And I'm the moron sitting here watching them. Right. Like, for all hours of the night. But I was like laughing. It just made me feel so good. So there are some parts, some very small specific parts of the Instagram, Reels, TikTok world, which are great, that are good. Whether
I totally agree. I mean, my husband will actually say that some of the times he hears me like deep belly laugh, he's kind of sleeping, is when I'm watching at night.
I get into fits of hysteria.
I can't stop laughing.
And my daughter, when she's home from school, she will hear me from the other room. And then my husband gets up. He's like, stop it. You're really loud. He gets like in like a funny way. But it's like, those are the times where I'm like by myself. And if you show the video to someone else, they're like, that's not even funny. But in the moment, it just hits you in such a way.
It hits you. There's a few that I want. Well, did I show you those two men that one stands in the front and one stands behind and they sing all those 80s songs and they like really get into it?
I don't know. I have to show you.
Oh my God, I have to show you. I love those two guys. It is so freaking funny. There's another man now that dresses up as a woman and he talks about like when your kids call you and like all these different things. They're so funny and relatable. Like, why are
I love the guy who does the teenage text.
Yeah, the teenage text.
Some of those are so funny. Like, what is my DOB? Yeah. Like,
I sent one in one time that Jake said. I can't remember it now, but
they're hilarious. And he made a book from that. Good for him.
Yes, good for him.
And my last, I had one more big category and then two small categories. My last big category was certainly being with the people that I love. Like, spending time, like, in a way that feels like, not like, oh, we're all rushing somewhere, but like really spending time, like whether it was a couple girls' dinners we had or just like moments. Nate actually gave me an entire, I wouldn't say entire, like 3/4 of a Saturday. We walked a foster dog on the really nice day. We went outside. We just had like a half hour playing with this dog, giving him a pup cup, like just walking around, talking.
The dog was so cute.
The dog was so
cute. And Nate looked so happy.
He did. And I feel like, of course he was happy because I took him to get some golf stuff or whatever. But we just spent time together and it was fun. And I feel like just having those moments, we had dinner with one of our close friends on Saturday night. And it was just like a cute, like good vibes and good drinks. And like, we just went to Hokusin. And sometimes I just like that room with the bar and the fireplace. It just was like cozy and it felt like good vibes.
Yeah, I like cozy.
Yeah. So those were my big categories. I had two minors that I noticed that made me happy. One is like small solvable challenges. So when we figured out how to do the Linktree shop this week.
You mean when Michelle figured out?
Right. When I figured it out, that was like, like a little dopamine hit. Like I was so excited and like couldn't wait to tell you and like, like where are you? Like those.
So good. Yeah. So our little tiny pictures are now big, beautiful pictures where you could see all the items that we link. It's very exciting.
Very.
It looks so beautiful.
It looks good.
Yeah.
And you guys have been clicking away, so keep going. But yeah, like that was exciting. Or like getting mahjong on my online mahjong, like doing a New York Times like crossword mini puzzle. Let's not get crazy. But like that is so great for me. Like those little hits I noticed were big. And then the last one I would say is my self-care. Like if I have like do a good face mask or a good hair mask or like any sort of like good self-care kind of whatever is also a good hit.
So something funny that happened with that, my sister-in-law texts me and she's like, Michelle's skin looks so good. What has she been doing? And I texted her back and I was like, what do I look like?
Beautiful.
And then another person asked me where you got your facials.
Yeah.
So you got a couple of shout outs
Jackie.
about your skin. Yeah.
Thanks. All right. So why don't you go over your happiness map?
Okay. So my map was a wild mix of like mom stuff and me time.
Okay.
And throw in a power tool, which I'll get to in a second. So some were like small solvable challenges, like you mentioned, and some were like power, and some were connection and tradition and pivots and micro joys and low stakes. That's how I kind of like separated them.
Okay.
So I'd say my small solvable challenge, although it's not small to me, it was small to my son, is built. He's like very handy, and he asked me like what he could build. He built like a woodshed, and now he's building a shed on the side of the house for, lawn furniture, pillows, and things like that you put away for the winter. Although the winter's almost over, but he's getting there. And he comes in, I forget what day it was, and he's like, "Mom, I need your help outside." And I was like, at first I was like, "Ugh, it's like there's snow and I'm wearing my nice slippers." And then I was like, "What am I doing? How many more times is he going to come in and say like, Mom, I need help outside?" I heard the statistic that 90% of our children's time with us is done.
I hate that statistic.
I hate it so much. So I was like, well, I'm not going to believe that, but if that's the case, I'm going outside. So I went out, and he wanted me to use a nail gun.
What?
Have you ever used a nail gun?
Because he didn't want to use it? Or
No, he couldn't hold up the board and put the nails in at the same time because the board was too heavy. It was like for the entire side of the house. So he's like, "I'm going to hold the board up, which is really heavy, and you're going to do the nail gun."
That was a lot of trust, Silas.
It literally almost knocked me off my feet. But then once I started, he's like, "Do it like 100 times." So once I started doing it, I was like, I'm using a freaking nail gun.
Good for you.
I was like, high-fiving myself. So that was like therapeutic. Spent time with my son, and never in my 50 years have I ever used a nail gun.
I like
that. The other was like witnessing passion. So I went to watch my boys competed in a horse show this weekend at Old Salem in Westchester. Oh, I forgot to tell my Blake Lively story.
I know. I was just going to say. And
oh my God.
Celebrity sighting.
So we're at the horse show, and you become friends with. I've made so many wonderful friends there. So I'm sitting with two of my friends, and they both ride. One was watching her daughter ride. One had finished riding. And next to my friend was this beautiful woman who was wearing the most incredible jacket.
Which we've already linked.
Buy this jacket. It's fun. So we're staring at the jacket. It's like this jean jacket with this corduroy collar and embroidered racehorses and all these like amazing colors. And we're like, "Oh my God, we want that jacket." So we start like taking like little shots of the jacket, not the person, because we want to do like Google Find. Fast forward, she keeps like turning her head as we're doing this, which was fine. We only wanted the jacket. And then a few minutes later, my friend says to me, "That's Blake Lively." Blake Lively. I was like, "Oh my God, that is Blake Lively." So
she probably thought you were like stalking her.
She totally thought that we were stalking her, that we were trying to take pictures of her, which is probably why she kept turning her head. All we wanted was the jacket. So then we had this like whole exercise in trying to decide whether we were going to tell her like, "Oh, you probably think we're taking pictures of you, but we're really taking pictures of the jacket." And then we decided just to leave her alone because she had no desire to speak to anybody, which is understandable.
Yeah.
If Ryan Reynolds was there, it would have been a totally different story. So that was her. She didn't really want to, interact with anybody else. And she was watching her daughter. So that's fair. Meanwhile, I was paying such close attention to her. I almost missed my son's riding. I was like, "What is wrong with you,
That's
Lisa?"
so funny.
The other celebrity sighting was Adrian Brody.
Ooh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. So, and I didn't speak to him directly, but other people were saying hi, and he was lovely, friendly, and also there watching his child ride. So
cool. He lives on like a cool farm.
Yeah. A dream. It's so pretty out there. And my boys did wonderful. And it was really like happy to, if you need like a major joy booster, watch your kids do something that they really enjoy and love.
Yeah.
It really just brings you so much love. And when my husband said to me, when I told him the celebrities we saw, and he said, "That's whose kids are supposed to be riding horses, Lisa." I said, "Well, you didn't witness the joy of our boys riding. So that's that. I also went to see Little Shop of Horrors, a school musical. And wow, that was like a dopamine hit for 3 hours. They were so good. I spent time planning itinerary for a trip when we go see my son in Madrid. Planning the trip for me often gives me as much joy as the trip itself. But this time I'm going to be very intentional about actually enjoying every moment of the trip.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
So I'm definitely a vacation brain right now, and we linked our vacation pics. Then I did the connection and tradition, which is I went out with one of my best friends from high school for our birthdays, and she celebrates Chinese New Year, which I missed her family celebration. So we celebrated on our own without the red eggs, but it was still great. And it was talking about traditions and friends and all the things that you talk about with a lifelong friend, as you talk about with a friend today.
Memory lane conversations.
Really,
I feel with my high school friends, my college friends, those are always definite. If you need a fun moment of laughter, for me, those are such good ones.
Yep.
Such good ones.
Really, really nice. And I went to hear the Megillah read for Purim, which I wouldn't normally do, but it was so lovely. And I got to use a grogger, which was my moment of happiness. Remember the grogger when they say Haman? I haven't done that in a million years.
The only reason Hebrew school was fun.
So the pivots also, we missed a country music night that I wanted to go to, but I put country music on in my house and that made me smile. And you were talking about nature. It's been kind of a rainy week. And I was like, how can I find joy in this rainy day when my head hurts? And I just feel a little bit down. So when I walked the dogs, I put on rain boots and a rain jacket and I sang I'm Singing in the Rain.
Did you walk through mud puddles? That would make me
walk through not mud puddles, but water puddles. Yeah. And I splashered.
Good. I love it.
And I singing in the rain.
Yeah.
Just singing in the rain.
Love it.
The micro joys, I watched Survivor in the hands of the fans. And of course I played Mahjong online, and there's nothing that says I've arrived a good Mahjong game.
I know.
This is it.
It also, in the same regard, can make you so angry. If I'm almost at Mahjong,
yes,
and then one of my computer friends gets it before me, I'm like, oh.
I know. Bot one always seems to get it before me.
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah. I wouldn't feel that way if my friends were getting Mahjong. I mean, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's annoying to me when the computer gets it before.
I have to be careful about how close I get with the Mahjong bots because Jake was telling me the story. Did I tell you the story?
Do you talk to the bots?
Yeah.
What?
I said, thank you for the Joker. That kind of stuff.
You do?
Yeah, is that?
Oh, I don't do that. No.
Jake told me to be careful because he read this story, he's really into AI, but he read the story about a man who fell in love with his bot and got a divorce.
Oh my God. I can't. People just do not start a relationship with an AI.
Don't start it. So those were my...
those are good moments.
Good moments.
I like those moments.
Similar to your New York Times puzzle, I play Words with Friends every night with Barbara Kraft and my sister-in-law, and now my nephew, which really makes me smile because
it's great.
I need more time.
Well, the map was helpful because now I know what categories to sort of look for. Because I think as an adult, sometimes if someone's like, well, what makes you happy? You're like, I don't know, vacation. And let's be honest, how many vacations are we going on a year? We live in New Jersey. There's not sunshine all the time. So we have to make our own happiness and be intentional about it. And I'm not going to say this was a hard week. You had a lot of personal things. The world had a lot of heavy things. This was not a week that was just so easy to be happy. And I'm not going to sit here and say I was happy all week, but I would say in those moments, it felt good to just let loose or laugh or connect or be productive. And you have to almost I was doing those things anyway, but I wasn't taking note of it necessarily in the same way or being super intentional about it.
Same.
Sometimes I'd wander around a funny video, but I wasn't intentionally looking for it.
I totally agree with what you just said. I wasn't paying attention to the happy moments like I did this week. And once I did that, I realized that there's a lot more small moments throughout the week that really make me happy that sometimes I just gloss over.
Right.
And I'm going to really take the time to be like,
you focus more. We have what's called a negativity bias.
Right,
Like we
of course.
focus more on what's negative. And so it's easy to be like, oh, I got a flat tire, or I had a fight with my partner, or my kids annoyed me, than to say like, oh, I had a great sing-along session with myself in the car. So, I certainly think it was a really important exercise. And I think as we move into this, like before Boca phase, and we have given up some of the, how do I make my kids happy? I do think it's important to like reshift that focus to like, how do you make yourself happy?
Right.
And this is like a great space to do that.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we into and what are we over this week?
So you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
So I hate to say this, and I feel like I'm definitely torn, but I'm over Love Story.
I know. You really made me sad when you told me this.
Sorry.
I didn't watch the season finale yet, but I'm going to watch it tonight.
I'm really sorry. And I didn't watch the season finale either, but I saw an interview with Jack Schlossberg. And it really kind of made me think hard about this show. And what he was saying, and I think some of this we already knew, is that this is a show that is complete fiction. The only true thing that we know about the show is that these two beautiful souls and her sister. Oh, do you know they were twins? Her sister,
were?
Lauren and Lisa.
I didn't know that.
So Lisa's the surviving sibling. So the only thing that we know is the facts about a plane went down, they died, and they got married, and, things that were photographed, but we really don't know this whole story behind the scenes and the conversations. And what he was saying is that the show does not do justice to his family. And even if it did touch on things that were true, that it is unfair to profit off of their life. And I'm conflicted with this because they are the Kennedys, and they will always be this iconic family that we all think are part of our family in a strange kind of way.
We feel entitled to the grief. We feel entitled to the story. We feel entitled to know them, which I guess with famous people, sometimes that is what you bring about. But certainly this loss was their loss, not our loss.
Right. And the details about their relationship and the behind the scenes, and even his conversations with his mother before she passed, they are all fictitious. And I really, I could probably argue the other side if I had to, but I really did, after listening to his interview, think that this is a little bit unfair. And he challenged the director, who is making a fortune off of this show, an absolute fortune, to give back some of that money to make the world a better place, to maybe carry on support some endeavors that his uncle and his cousin supported. And I'm challenging the director to do the same.
Okay.
I said it.
I hear you.
Okay.
You said it.
So what I'm into, hold your horses, literally, is Move Over, Love is Blind. There's a new show that's posing an age-old question. Is age really just a number? Netflix's Age of Attraction.
Did it come out yet?
It is not out yet, but it's a social experiment dating series similar to Love is Blind that documents what happens when a group of singles date without revealing their age to each other. So it's Netflix's new show, and I think it's coming out next week. But that is like mindless. I know it's a time suck, but it's just similar to what we were saying about looking at things on social media. I just enjoy it.
Yeah. I do like the psychology behind all of not all, but a lot of these kind of dating experiment shows, because I think it ultimately does touch on like just how we think as people, like what it's all about. So I get it, but I don't know. That's on the maybe list.
That's on the maybe list. All right, I'm going to go quickly because I want to say two more things. I'm really into balloon pants. Not that these are balloon pants today, but they kind of are.
They are.
But we're going to post some amazing balloon pants because I think that they're fun. I think that they're just like light and airy.
Good spring transition.
Good spring transition. And who cares if you look balloony, wear them. And the last thing that I'm into is from Project Happiness. If you don't follow, you will enjoy it. And they posted something, which I'll read quickly. It says, I'm convinced a tell them theory would make the world a better place. Think the waiter was friendly? Tell them. Your friend looked good today? tell them. Someone's work inspired you, tell them. The world is loud with criticism and quiet with appreciation.
I love this. This is like my favorite thing we said the whole episode, because I really think that's so true. Like, I think we often don't tell people enough when they're doing something right. We're so quick to tell them, like, the soup was cold, or, you know,
something's wrong with my meal.
Right. And just in general, I think we don't tell people when things go well.
Right.
So I think that is a really good message.
Yeah,
I
loved it.
Yeah. Anything else you're over?
No. Did I tell you anything else I'm over?
I think you did say you were over Love Story. Was there something else?
Yeah.
No, that's it. Okay. So what I'm into is, for the spring, turquoise, but kind of mixed with like this color, like in suede. It feels like very Arizona.
Yes.
Very like, I don't know what it's called. Sedona-ish. Like, I love turquoise jewelry. I love just turquoise. And I actually did post some turquoise jewelry and this very specific Cult Gaia bag that's a clutch.
Oh, I love that brand.
In this brown suede with this turquoise like jewelry hardware. It was very cute. And I did post that in the bag section.
I like turquoise with like a crisp white blouse, but I really like the idea of like, I have leather shorts that color, like a white blouse, turquoise necklace, and leather short.
I know. Very good. Very good. One thing I'm over is junk email.
Ugh.
Okay. I cannot deal with how much time I waste every single day erasing emails from hotels I stayed in, like in like 2002.
Do you unsubscribe?
I do. I try.
But you still get them.
But it's like, I try to unsubscribe and I can't even keep on top of it. The amount, and I have 2 different email addresses, like a work email. It's out of control.
Once you cross over, I also have 2 different ones. And once you cross over once, you're done. Like, I almost feel like one of my boys said to me the other day, because I have like 30,000 emails unread. And they were like, why don't you just start again?
I know. I can't.
A new email address.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel your pain.
Well, even for the info before Boca one, like I'm trying now, like if things come in that we don't like, I'm like, delete, unsubscribe.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to like stay on top of it because it's a very new email address. The other thing that I'm very into is the Peter Cetera station on Pandora. This was a big source of a lot of my singing this week.
Wait, did he just die?
What? I don't know.
Oh no, Neil Sedaka.
What?
Somebody just passed away.
Neil Sedaka.
Sorry, who just passed away? We're just talking about it because she was like, I used to love that, and I saw him when I was 3 years old in Las Vegas.
Oh, well, anyway, I hope Peter Cetera is alive and well because his station really brought me a lot of joy.
Sing us a song.
No.
All right, give me one. I'll sing it.
Like Glory of Love. Okay, I'm not. Don't even
give me the tune.
You don't know Glory of Love?
No, I do, but I can't ever get the tune of a song. Glory of Love.
Okay. It's a good one. That's a good singing one. And the last thing I'm over is something actually Jen Craft we discussed when we had lunch the other day was the hand drying machines in the bathroom.
I'm with you.
I don't want to come out with my hands soggy. Okay. I get it. My daughter's going to listen and say, we need to save the earth. I know. But I do not like when I come out, especially like at the ice rink, one of the ice rinks we have, like they just have that. And then you come out, your hands are kind of wet. You're in the cold ice rink, like not a fan.
That always happens at the airport. I don't like that. And then I'm like wiping my hands on my pants. Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the paper towel.
That's it. So tune in next week. What are we talking about?
Next week, what are we talking about? We can't remember our names today. Sorry. We're like, what's your name again?
I think next week we're talking about how to keep your marriage alive.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I better remember I'm married.
Yeah, we gotta remember. But tune in next week and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
Thanks.